Welcome to the Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun.
No, I sanitize hers because she always
Actually,
comes over here
you're
sick.
on mine right now.
And
I feel honored to use
yeah,
your
yeah,
mic.
this is hers. This one's mine. This is from Drew, this little shark right here from the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we know. But I clean it because she always comes over sick.
Sorry.
So,
I mean,
you want to
that's
do
what
this
happens-
or not?
Like 52
That's
times.
what happens when you're out and about, especially going from store to store.
Well, of
Yeah,
course, which
right.
is why we're here, retail.
Which I've seen a lot of people wearing masks again lately because everybody's been sick since Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So
crazy.
if I see you in a mask, I do not blame you lately because
All right, so
It's
can I
gross.
talk about something really super
Yes.
quick? We went to a concert on Sunday night. I took
Yeah.
off Monday. It was so fun. So
did you? Because I'm pretty sure I got an email from you. So were you off on Monday?
Anyways, Sunday was super fun at this concert. No, I actually worked the whole morning on Monday.
I bet
I don't
you
even know
did.
why I take days off.
I know.
Well, at least I know I don't have to like sit in front of the computer
Yeah.
or be in a store. Like I took off. I can answer the phone if I want, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyways, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because you were talking about masks. So we go to this concert on Sunday, and it's at the Chicago Theater. Absolutely beautiful place. If you haven't been there, it's old. It's old. You know, it's like Frank Sinatra used to play there or sing there, whatever. Anyway, so we were looking around, and I'm like, oh, these people are just so neat. And we're all there for the same reason and love music and all that. So we sit down, and we have some pretty decent seats. We're on the main floor.
Yeah.
And who sits behind us? But 4 women that have decided to be the loudest, most
Stop.
obnoxious
Oh boy.
laughing, and I think one even passed gas, and you know what I'm like, why me? You know what I mean? We got stressful days. I'm kind of having like the
God.
blues for the winter, and I gotta have the 4 people behind me that are obnoxious. My whole point is though, I did not let them bother me until just at this moment. The person next to me, we had a nice seat in the middle of us, so he put his jacket down. He had a mask on. He had glasses on. He had his like couple socks rolled up real tight. And every single time these women would do something, he would look behind and then look back at that. And so that actually was what was bothering me, that he was making it obvious that he was going to let them know, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm
gosh.
saying?
That's so funny.
And then I don't know, there was 4 of them, and they all took turns trying to take a video, and their flash was on. The light was on.
My, that's
so here's
so
this
annoying.
like, you know, like, I wouldn't say like intimate, but maybe he was doing like a slower song that everybody likes or whatever, and all of a sudden the flash comes on. You mean to tell me you don't know that your flash is on while you're taking the video? So, I think a couple times he almost got up. Like, he was ready to knock some people down with his mask and glasses and everything
Like,
else
I
on.
want everybody to have a good time at a concert, but like, be aware.
They were
of
not aware.
Yourself.
They were not aware. And I really practiced not turning around and smacking a bitch. Like, I really, really practiced it. I did. I was so proud of myself.
Oh, that's
we get
so
in the
funny.
car, and even Julia was just like, how about those ladies behind you? I'm like, I know. I wanted to tell somebody. I wanted to tell the guy next to me, but he was already angry.
You know, it's so funny because like you and your family are just so polite. You know, it takes a lot.
Oh, a lot.
A
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you just dealt with it for what, 2.5 hours,
Yeah,
probably
absolutely.
3 hours.
It was that long. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I could have done that.
It was rough. So
I'd
knock
probably
it off.
been like, can you shut the fuck up?
I could see that.
And you know what? And I could tell by their voices they were younger than me, so I didn't want to be that older lady turning around.
they'd be
I
like,
never
"Okay,
wanted,
Karen."
I know, I didn't want to do it. I got
Okay,
the short
boomer.
hair, you know. I was like, "Don't be her, don't be her." It was like I could just feel the veins popping. Like, I let
that's
the guy next to
awful.
me do all the looking, but it
I
was
took care of it for you.
So yes, beautiful concert, but that's what
that's so funny.
I was just like, I can't catch.
Who
a
did you
break.
go see again?
David Gray.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was great. It was great.
I did watch your snaps. You did have good seats.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. Real
Yeah.
good seats. Yeah, they were on the floor, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't have anybody next to me, and the people in front of us were totally fine. Like, they didn't stand up a lot and stuff. At that theater, it's kind of weird. You don't it's not like going to Alpine or Tinley
Right.
Park where you stand up the whole time and stuff.
Yeah.
You actually go to watch a performance, so
Yeah.
you sit a lot. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But although I like to move around. And
Yeah.
Stuff, so. But
it's
anyways,
hard
that's
for me
my
to sit there that
that's
long.
my drama for the weekend. And then Monday came around. It was very nice. Celebrated my mom's birthday. And then
Yeah.
Tuesday came around and I had to work again. So.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, gross. I hate
Work.
working. Speaking of work,
Oh,
Hannah's
yeah,
here to
work-
talk about
yeah.
it.
Hannah has one of the
Hi.
worst jobs ever, right?
Do I really?
Do
Probably.
you?
We,
For me, it
uh,
would be. I couldn't handle it.
How long ago did we meet you? How long?
Well, I've been at the place we work for over 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's
it's about,
crazy.
that's about it.
I worked there for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
I've definitely jumped from place to place. I started in Delhi for 6.5 years. Learned from Shannon.
yeah,
Hi,
yeah,
Shannon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Shannon.
Yeah,
Shannon's one we haven't
she's,
gotten
uh,
on here yet.
I know she won't. She'll listen though. She is definitely
Yeah.
dedicated
I know
to
she
listening.
is.
Yeah.
yeah, I learned from her. So became a team lead. I jumped around. I actually I went over. Sorry, first I went to third shift as a GM manager, and that was third shift. I was doing that for about 8 months or so, and then I said no because the boss at the time was just terrible.
Oh.
It was not
Yeah.
fun. So I said F this, and gas station was opened up because you left.
Yeah.
So I took over that. I was over there for a while. Loved it at first. It was great. Change of pace, different from being in the big store. You got your own little-
Sure.
Your own little area. Definitely change of pace. Was nice. Going slow for a little bit, and then after a while, I'm like, yeah, no, I got to move again. Like,
It's like boring, right?
yeah, I was like, I did
Yeah.
everything that I could to like change it over. Going through dates and
You're just
doing this
like,
and
at
that,
that
yeah.
point, you're like scraping gum out of the parking lot.
yeah, for
Because it's
real.
like, you need to do something, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then change of pace. I was like, all right, Shannon left. She went to a different store. Boss, store director was like, all right, let's bring you
Come
back
on
inside.
over.
Yeah. I mean, I took it over while Shannon was on like her vacations, whatever she was had going on.
You knew what you were doing.
Yeah, she knew it was in good hands.
Yeah. Amazing.
So what do you do now?
Well, now I'm back on third shift. yeah, I know. Full circle.
And this is why she's here.
Full circle. I went back to third shift. I am now the third shift lead. They changed, with the restructures and all that. So they changed it. So now it's, it was 2. Now it went back to 3 people. So it's the top is the area lead, and then team lead, and then just a regular lead, which is me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not regular.
So
I mean,
the whole
lead.
store,
yeah, lead.
the whole store, or you work in one department, third shift?
Technically, my title is grocery, but
Okay.
I do a little bit of everything. So.
You do
I
what
feel
needs
like
to be
on
done.
third shift, you
Exactly.
just kind of go
You just do
wherever.
what needs to be
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've done it before, so I know both
Everything,
sides, so
yeah.
it doesn't bother me
Yeah.
at all.
What
Yeah.
is the biggest when you walk in? What is the I guess just tell us how your night goes.
Well,
like when you walk
never
in.
walk in with a plan because that plan will never.
I
understand
feel
the
like
same.
All
that
right,
most
yeah,
days
yeah.
too.
Any shift actually, you never walk in with a plan because someone's gonna call off, something's
Yeah.
gonna happen, a load's gonna be delayed, whatever the case may be.
Sure.
So I walk in, I check on the guys in the back, so receivers,
Yeah.
see what's brought out, see what's left, how big GM is usually because groceries are already on the floor by that time.
Yeah.
And then I just start going to work. I grab my stuff and I start throwing stock.
Yeah.
How many people work with you overnight? About
Uh,
on the grocery side.
On the grocery side, I think there's maybe 8 of us.
And there's how many aisles? 26? No. How many?
No.
16.
We only
16.
do 7. Well, I don't technically do frozen. There's like 3 or 4
Oh,
people
okay.
that specifically just do frozen. And then they'll come over. Obviously, we'll go help in frozen if needed at that time. But we usually do aisles 7 through 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 8 people. Not bad, but those are big aisles.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, you're.
How many? You get a couple truckloads of pallets to run every night, or how?
So the pallets are usually separated by aisle.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, usually. Sometimes it comes mixed up.
Yeah.
Because the warehouse. Always warehouse issues, right?
Yeah.
So frozen usually gets anywhere between 6 and maybe, I think the most we had was like 16 pallets at one point. But a lot of it is like bakery stuff. It's not just straight aisle 1 through 4. And then everything else, the biggest aisles are going to be aisle 8, those 6 through 8, which is your soda aisles and your juice. And then your next biggest aisle is going to be like 13 and 14. So like your dressings, your spaghetti and sauce, those usually
That's
are
a lot
the
of
2
SKUs.
biggest.
Too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about FIFO? First in, first out.
No one follows it anymore, I swear.
Oh no.
I swear.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
If
So
you're
bad.
if you're busy running load, then how do you check on your people? Do you do like a loop on the hour, or what? how do you lead, I guess?
So it really all depends on what other co-lead is there, if you will. So the area lead, when he's there, he's usually the one making the rounds, making sure everything's running smooth and all that.
Okay.
If it's me and the other lead, the team lead, we kind of usually divvy it up. She kind of takes care of GM, if you will. I'll take care of grocery, make sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing. If they have questions, they come to either of us. But I'll just check up on them, like, hey, how you doing? Doing okay? Need anything? Like, can I get you a water or something? You know, we're working hard.
Oh, so you mean,
Tonic.
so you mean you trust your employees to do their job?
Some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that everywhere?
There's a few that we're like, how? Why?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What's the biggest challenge that you have on third shift that you think is different from second and first, especially since you've worked them all?
Like what? Sorry, could you repeat that
What's
question?
what's like the biggest challenge on third shift in comparison to like second or first shift? Now, since you've done it all, like, is there different challenges on third shift? Or is it all pretty much the same? Like people showing up, people getting sick?
Pretty much all the same, yeah.
It
It's
is.
all the same.
Oh, okay.
The only difference right now, obviously, with COVID, or since COVID, like, we're not open 24/7 anymore, so we don't have that customer
Which
aspect.
really
Oh.
sucks. That really sucks. You guys aren't open 24/7 anymore.
I mean, I miss it, not for the fact of having to deal with people while working. I miss it for outside of work. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I'm one of those people where I would prefer to go shopping at that time
Yeah.
of day anyways,
Yeah.
because I'm up.
right.
So I can get my shopping done then and not have to deal with a mess of people.
Right.
But
I agree.
really the only time we deal with customers, so the store closes at midnight. I start at 8, so I deal with them for about 4 hours. Everyone else starts at 10, so they only have 2 hours, and then the store opens at 6, and they usually leave at 6:30. So.
Oh, okay. So you have about 6 hours of quiet time.
Yeah.
I'll call it.
Yeah.
Locked doors and all
Do
that.
you guys have trouble getting the customers out at midnight?
There's been a couple times where we've had a few stragglers. One of them was because it was a language barrier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he didn't speak English at all. We had to have someone go, hey, like she knew Spanish, so she had to go tell him, hey, we closed. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
gotta go.
sure,
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Especially if you're used to a
Yeah,
store that
right.
has been open 24/7
Right.
since it opened, right?
Well, see, online, it says that they close at midnight, but we still have that sign where it says open 24 hours, like right out
Oh.
front.
Of
We're like, why
course.
don't they change that? We will
Yeah.
never know.
Can you
Yeah.
just scrape it off one night? Or is it like an actual like
It's like a fluorescent.
Oh.
It lights up. Yeah. It's like, hey,
Just
throw,
go
throw a
smash
rock
it.
at it? Yeah, throw a rock at it.
I'll go do it for you one night.
all right, I
Don't
won't
tell
I
anybody.
won't say nothing.
So is it the same thing night in and night out? Or do you do anything fun? Do you like, it's stocking,
pretty
I
much
know.
the same. Mondays we don't have a grocery load, so I'm over in GM. I'll run like pets and babies and help out over there until dairy comes in.
So what does your grocery team do then on Mondays?
So most of them aren't there besides the people who mainly work frozen. So
Oh.
Mondays is their day off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got lucky, if you will, because when I first went to third shift this time around, I was part-time. So I was only working Monday through Friday. Well, in third shift terms, Monday night to Saturday morning.
Okay.
Starting at 9 p.m. and working till 3 a.m. because of my fiance's schedule.
Okay.
But now, since I'm full-time again, I work 8 to 4.
Okay.
8
Okay.
to 4 p.m. to a.m. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, it is.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And then do you get 2 days off in a row?
Yeah, I'm off Friday. Well, days, if you will, be Friday night and Saturday night. I'd be off.
Yeah. That's nice.
And then, okay, so then how do you stay on schedule then? Do you stay up on the nights that you're off, or do you just sleep normal? How do you?
I try to go to bed like when everyone else does, so I can spend time with my fiance and daughter.
Sure,
That's
sure.
The main reason why I have weekends off is because he works Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be the only time that I'd have to, see them and hang out
Right,
with them.
right.
So I try to sleep when they go to bed kind of thing, but, obviously working third shift, my body is used to falling asleep at
Yeah.
the normal time that I go to sleep during the day. So I'll end up taking a nap here or there and then waking up again.
So you get home, you work till 4.
Yep.
You get home, how long does it take you to settle down before you fall asleep for the day?
Honestly, it really depends on how my night went.
I guess that's like any
Well,
job.
she sends snaps and she's like, "Miss Ma'am, why are you up?" And it's her daughter's up at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah. I come home and she's like wide awake. Like I just come in the door, thinking she's asleep, nothing. I maybe hear a peep, thinking, oh, she's just talking in her sleep or whatever. I go put my stuff down, get ready to like, do my routine when I get home. All of a sudden my bedroom door flies open. Hi. And I'm like, why are you awake,
Why are
child?
you awake?
Like, it's too early. Go back to bed.
Will she go back to sleep then?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes.
Oh.
Sometimes she doesn't, which is okay because, obviously you just get home from work. Who goes to bed right when they get home from
Right.
work?
Yeah.
No,
Nobody.
Yeah, nobody that I
So
know.
if she wakes up, that's fine.
Yeah,
'Cause
a
then
couple hours maybe.
Then I'll fall asleep after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's still a napper?
Having issues with that actually.
Really?
Yeah. So with me being on third shift and him being on days, her sleep I feel like is kind of impacted by it.
Yeah.
So like when I get home, I'll unwind, watch a show or whatever. Sometimes if I'm lucky, I'll be tired enough to just go straight to bed. But it really all depends on what time he starts because
Sure.
he typically works 7 to 3. But depending on where he's at, he has to leave a little earlier because he can work in the city too.
Okay. Is he a vendor?
No, he does fire alarm inspections.
Oh, wow. Good
yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Good.
Yeah,
Get out of
I know
retail.
that's exactly why I'm on third shift because he's got the better paying job.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, I'll
it
make-
takes
I'll
two
make a
now, though. We
sacrifice,
know
yeah.
that. We talk about that often.
Yeah.
It definitely takes 2 incomes to keep things going.
Oh,
so.
especially in this economy now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it depends on what time he goes to work because she's still in the bed with us. Like we tried her own little bed. Nope, she comes right up and just comes right in bed with us. I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what, whatever. It's a one
You
bedroom.
know
And she's how old now?
She's 2, just turned 2 in January.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh.
Take the cuddles now because they won't
Exactly.
always be there. That's
Yeah,
what I
exactly.
say.
That's
Yeah.
exactly why I'm not throwing a fit about it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. When he goes to work, I try to go lay down. Hopefully she stays asleep, and then usually up between 9 and 10, which that I'm thankful for. At least I can get
Yeah.
like 3 to 4 hours of sleep before, having to get up again. And then I'm up with her during the day until he gets home or try to go take a nap around like 2 or 3 o'clock. Excuse me. And then I'll get my 2 or 3 hours of sleep before going to work.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of third shifters nap. They don't actually like sleep
Yeah.
6 or 7 hours like most people.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Definitely
Yeah.
would be nice.
Is it harder to call off on third shift, especially being a lead?
Yes and no. I mean, some people obviously don't care really if they call off or
Yeah.
not. But being a lead, yeah, because it really depends on who else is there that you would be impacting because not everybody's forklift certified. So as of right now, it's just the area lead, myself, and one other team member that can do forklift. So if neither of them are there, it's up to me. And if I'm not there and say like the produce people call off because they're the ones that typically unload the truck, then they're kind of SOL and they're like, well,
Yeah.
Now
who's
what do we
going to
do?
unload this?
Sure,
Exactly.
sure.
Get a hand jack.
Oh gosh, some of those are so
I
heavy.
know some of them
They're
are double
terrible.
stacked
Oh.
Yeah, try taking that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. You
No,
couldn't. There's no way.
Yeah, let me just go
Yeah.
grab a ladder and we'll start down.
Yeah.
stacking it.
Oh man, I remember years ago they just needed someone to help out as a lead overnight, and they were like, "Meredith can do it."
Of course you
She-
can.
Yeah, Meredith can do it. Let me just get my cape on and stuff. Yeah, no, I sucked at it. I sucked at it. It was
Third shift
terrible.
is a different breed. if
Well,
you
that's
will.
what I said. It's like 3 a.m. you start seeing ghosts. You
Yeah,
know? Like, it's
absolutely.
like you're
I call it the witching
delusional.
hour.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
asked you about that actually
Yeah,
over
you
Snap.
did.
I was like, what do you have a witching hour or are you pretty used to
Yeah.
I feel that everyone there right now has been on third shift for probably the entire time they've been working there.
Wow.
So they're used to it. So
Oh my
they-
God, do you have to go to work after this?
No, I took
Oh,
tonight
no.
off.
I was just like, oh my God.
Wait,
No,
we
no,
need
no.
to she needs to
Oh
take
my
a
God,
nap
she needs
first.
to go take a nap. We better wrap this up. Hurry up. No.
No. I took tonight off. I was like,
Good.
Crazy.
Oh, good. Okay.
This is me time right now.
So really this means you have another 24 hours.
yes, I don't
right?
go back until
Like
tomorrow
8
night at 8
Oh,
o'clock.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But you'll be up all night tonight, maybe. A
Maybe.
little bit.
probably.
Yeah.
No, even if I don't sit there and if I like stay up all day and all right, at some point I'm just gonna go sleep, normal. All of a sudden, like my body's so used to being up at that time because I've been
Yeah.
doing it so long already. It's like, oh well, you should be working, but even though you're not, you're just gonna be awake even though you got like 2 hours of sleep throughout the day.
And then it's like you can't even like do chores around the house because you can't be vacuuming while everyone's sleeping and stuff, right?
Well, no, not even that. It's because I live in an apartment, so
Well,
we
that
can't be
too,
doing that
you
either.
know, but I mean, at least if if you and your husband work third shift, I guess, I don't know, it wouldn't be so bad, but
I mean, there's some things I can do. Like, I'll do dishes. Obviously, I'll tidy up her toys. I mean, a kid's going to be a kid. They're going to leave the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just me. Like, I like my place clean.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough, though. Because I would want to be, like, vacuuming, like, washing windows, like,
Trust me,
doing,
I
like,
wanna
my
be
regular
vacuuming,
shit.
like,
Yeah.
I sit there, get everything else done. I'm like, all that's left is to vacuum. I'm like, shoot, it's 2 a.m. I can't do that right now.
I would probably do it anyways. You got to get yourself one of them Roombas like Mare has.
Yeah, I got it for Christmas.
Are those things loud?
Although
No.
only when they go over your vents on the floor, it sounds like it's coming through the ceiling.
Yeah. If your vents are flat though, mine kind of are raised a little bit, so it makes some
we
noise.
got electric vents, so they're like off the wall.
She's got radiant
Oh
heat.
yeah. Oh, it
Yeah.
would be,
Yeah.
yeah, it would be perfect.
Yeah, then that's what she'd probably go right under the bed, and the kid and the husband won't even hear nothing.
You know what? Speaking of that, again, I never knew my house was so dirty.
Stop.
Every single time it runs,
It's
it'll
just
say full. Clean
Really?
the bin. Full. Clean the bin.
Oh, all the dog hair in my house. I can't even
Obi-Wan.
imagine.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I can't even imagine.
Wait till you get to that episode. I know you started from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Have you listened to that one yet?
I
Where we
believe
named
so.
it?
Yeah, naming all the devices.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was
We
the
were
funny-
laughing so hard.
That was
we were
the
crying.
funniest episode for me. I was crying. I was laughing so hard because people are so clever. But oh my gosh, it's crazy. It gets
That's so
underneath the
funny.
couches and everything. Dust that you don't even know you have. It's
Yeah.
got a little brush on the side that gets the corners. I'm like, oh. And we don't even have pets.
I feel like we do a really good job because we have a lot of tile and wood. So it's
Yeah.
like I just like flip over the couches and like, and it's like a week from now, I'll flip over the couch and be like, there's a whole nother dog under here again.
There's always something to clean, isn't
It's
there?
terrible.
Always.
And there's always dust around here too.
Always.
It's just where
I
we
mean,
live, you know.
cornfield.
Yeah, it's where we live. Cornfields.
Everywhere.
I feel like it's our furnaces though too, because like you have radiant heat, so you don't have forced air being pushed
Right.
through. If I build a house, it's what I'm getting.
Radiant.
Radiant heat.
Yep.
Yep.
How are the dynamics of your team? Like, do you know what to expect from each one?
Do you
now?
feel like you're being interviewed right now?
Yeah.
I definitely am being interviewed right now.
That's what a podcast episode's all about. She knew she was ready.
Yeah, right.
She gave me a little heads up. Yeah, we kind of know exactly like what people do, like how much they can do.
Yeah.
We try to sit there and get the ones that aren't moving fast enough, to move a little faster,
Sure.
throw a few more cases because, at least for throwing stock, they say you want to do, I forget, they keep changing it or they just keep saying different numbers to me.
Of
I would have
course.
said like 60 cases an hour. It's probably more than that. But
That's
so
one
like,
case a minute.
Exactly. So it's like I said, it's probably more than that. But there's some people. I mean, like if you're new, I get it. You're still learning. You got to
Yeah.
learn the IOC.
But how are you
Sure.
supposed to take everything off the shelf, put a new case on, and then
That's why I say no one listens. To
right?
people.
But in all realness,
Yeah, no one listens to
You
FIFO.
shouldn't be getting a case unless the shelf is practically empty, anyways, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think. Obviously, again, goes back to the warehouse. Like, oh, half the time they're forcing stuff up because they have
Right.
too much. So
Right.
they send that to usually the higher volume stores.
Yeah.
And like, here, you guys are a high volume store. Sell it.
Have extra ketchup.
So again, just like
Exactly.
first and second shift, like they're supposed to. I think they take account into customers though as well. So do they take in
Oh.
account customers for half the shift of everyone?
Like,
You know what I mean?
No.
Like for timing, is it 60 cases an hour from the time they start till the time they end? Because they have 4 hours with customers.
Yeah.
So really, it should be
really
less.
did-
It should be 50 or 45, like someone during the day. But no, because
No,
they're
they don't care.
third shift. I'm putting in
Yeah.
quotes, right?
I mean, I think it's even during the day when they're throwing load.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
still the same.
they're not necessarily throwing live load. They're doing like their IMS picks and doing
Sure.
all
What
that
does
stuff.
IMS mean?
Inventory management system.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It took me a second. I was like, wait, what does that mean?
Every
I don't
store
deal with that
and every
usually.
company has their little, I don't even know what you call
Acronyms.
those. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
It
took
drives
a
me
second.
nuts. Yeah.
So I know during first and second shift, a lot of the stores no longer let people have headphones or anything like that. Are they allowed on third shift? Like, what are the rules? Are there different rules?
The rules stay the same no matter what shift you're on. You're not supposed to have your headphones in for obvious reasons, especially in the back room
Sure.
with the
Safety,
power jack,
sure.
forklift, all that stuff. Do people listen to it? No.
Yeah. Okay.
No. I mean, some people have speakers. Some people listen to like they just have one earbud in, listening to music, podcast, whatever it may be.
Yeah, our podcast, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's
Tell
me.
your friends.
That's me.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I was sitting there and I started over again because I'm like, you know what? Let me catch up. Let me catch up, 'cause I was listening to it at the gas station, and I was like, and then I went back inside. I'm like, well, I lost my time to sit there and listen
Yeah.
to it. It's like, gas station has its downtimes. I'm like, everything's caught up. I'm just.
There's so much pressure to entertain third shifters
I
now. Oh my gosh.
know.
We have to think of some really clever things in 2025.
Holy cow.
You let me know. I got a few people that send me snaps and be like, great one. Or if they don't say anything, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
that
no.
episode wasn't as good for third
That one
shift.
blew.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So food-wise and all that kind of stuff, what kind of dates are you finding? Because I'm going to tell you a story real quick. I have stories.
Well, we recently. Well, today was actually inventory.
I was just going to say, you
Yeah.
just had inventory.
Yeah, it was today. So all last night, most of us were just sitting there, making the shelves look pretty for them to count because it's a different
Yeah.
team that comes in to count it. So, everything's got to be starting on the left-hand side, brought forward, and then you start the second row to bring it forward and all that stuff. Certain areas are obviously going to be more difficult than most, tidy up. Mainly like your packet spices because, people just take one out, throw it in the
yeah.
back. Last night actually wasn't bad. I only found 2 things that were like mid 2024.
oh, that's not bad.
but-
That's
That's not bad.
But when I was in Delhi, I believe there was something behind one of the mirrors that we have, to make
Sure.
make it fake look full.
Sure.
There was something behind one of the mirrors that was like 3 or 4 years expired from the time that we found
Just
it.
kept getting looked at and looked
Yeah.
over, huh?
Well, no, it's because we didn't move. No one's moved the mirrors because
Sure.
nothing should be behind there as it is.
Yeah.
So we're like, yeah, that's definitely gotta go.
How can a whole chub drop behind
Oh,
a mirror and nobody
stop.
knows?
Oh not in the Delhi case, like in the islands.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
I know. I was thinking like a chunk of cheese or
Like,
something.
don't they clean
it
those
was cheese. It was I forget what brand, but no, on like the cheese island.
Yeah.
Not the stuff
Okay.
we slice.
All right,
okay.
all right.
Yeah, no. That would not
I was at
slide.
a competitive store and I was picking up my vegan stuff, frozen stuff, and I went to go put it in the cart. And I usually don't look at frozen dates. I should. And I went to go put it down and it said like September 22.
Stop.
I was like, what? So I brought it up to the register and I'm not a Karen. I brought it up. I go, hey, this one's out and there might be a few more. And she looked at it. She goes, eh.
and then chucked it behind her.
Yeah, she did.
Someone else's problem now.
Yeah, on the counter behind her. Pretty much that's been through many inventories.
Yeah.
We're going to toss that
Yeah.
out.
I have found, looking through dates.
I can't
You know what's the
imagine.
worst? I feel like is like random salad dressings or sauces that we have to check every once in a while. And it's like, how has this been back here since 2019?
Honestly, I feel like the Checkland candy, that's your worst area.
Oh, we've talked about that
That is
before.
so bad.
Meredith
She's
just
like,
looked at me
"Oh, no."
with like
Oh,
flashbacks.
My gosh.
She gave
carts and carts
gave
of
her
it.
PTSD.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
That happened again, and we don't know what it is. So we used to take care of it, and then I went to a company that's owned by the place we used to work at.
Yeah.
Like the vendor company, if you will. So they took that over. And, it's just a team of 2 people overnight for them. And they have to do the check-ins, especially with inventory, they got to
Yeah.
count
Gotta
everything
check 'em,
and
right.
check all the dates. Well, they would have like a cart or so of stuff that was expired because, on candy, it's only like the month and the year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it has to be gone or sold by or whatever, taken off the shelf by the first of that month.
Yeah.
It's not the end. It's always the beginning, at least from what I've been told.
Yeah. I
Well-
feel like we follow that too. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how it's
Actually,
supposed to
they
be.
want it 30 days out. So they really, if it's 6/25, they want it gone by 5/25.
Oh, yeah, that would be even
Yeah,
better.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's not the case.
Yeah.
But they would have a cart, and they would set it aside, have a note in the cart saying, "Hey, this is all expired." Well, we're pretty sure that someone said like, "Oh, I don't care," and it found its way back to the floor. We're like, "Why?"
Stop.
That
We're like,
happens
why?
so often.
They just went and put it back.
Yeah, because they didn't want to do the throwaway or whatever on it.
Why
That's
would
gotta
you
be
spend
a
the
store
time
director.
putting it back?
That's a store director. He took that note and he goes, "Put this back on the shelf.
yeah.
I don't care. We're not taking this loss. We're not
Oh.
taking this
Well, that's
shrink."
why we're starting. Well, at least I am. The stuff that I find that's expired, I'll sit there. I'll take my Sharpie and put an X on it because obviously you can't put it back on the floor
yeah.
if
With
there's
an X through
with
it. Or
something
at least
written
it'll
on it.
catch someone's
Yeah.
eye, like a
Yeah.
customer, and then it gets back to the register.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's put. I
That's
have a
funny.
quiz
Wait,
for
but you don't have
you.
the ability to just scan it out and toss it?
We do,
Yeah.
but we usually
Or is it just like one person's kind of
It's
job
kind of
to
like
do
we
that?
do it all together, so it's not
Yeah.
like printing a bunch of different papers with one item on it for
Oh.
a throwaway. So we kind of get like a little collection. And
I
then,
wonder how it is where we work because I be scanning shit all the time and throwing it in the dumpster. Like,
Yeah,
because I know they'll just throw it away and they won't scan it out. Anyways, okay.
No, we
I'm
just
sorry.
did a whole. We had a store visit, executive store visit, and we worked the meat side, and we found just a cart we topped a cart off.
Ew.
And so we asked the meat manager, do you want us to scan it out? And he's like, I'll do it. I'm like, please don't put that all back.
Yeah.
I was like, please don't put it back. Please don't put it
Yeah,
back.
you'll do it. He'll just chuck it into the dumpster.
He probably
I don't
will,
know where
like,
all that inventory
right?
went. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll just
Stolen.
disappeared.
Must have been stolen.
must have been stolen.
All that pre-cooked bacon must have been stolen.
Yeah, that's what it was. Bologna, man. When bologna's
Bologna?
green, take it off the shelf,
No, it's fine. Just cut around it.
Ew.
I'm just kidding.
Sick. Okay, I interrupted you before
No,
we started.
you know what
that.
I said.
I heard you. Quiz time.
Quiz time.
We haven't done a quiz in a while.
We
I'm pretty
haven't done
excited.
one, and this is just like your best guess, okay? Because this is just basically a fun quiz to ask third shift leads and
I'll
workers.
try to help you if I can.
So, what's the official name for someone who thrives at night? Early bird, night owl, sleep
I was
ninja,
gonna
or
say
midnight magician?
night owl.
Night owl for sure.
Yeah.
Probably. It doesn't give me the answers.
No. Oh, this one we got to go back and see, or maybe it'll tell us
Probably.
at the end.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's just whatever you think it is.
Well, I mean, you could be an early bird considering that's your time that you're
Yeah,
up anyway.
that's
So I
true.
guess it depends on the way you look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an open-ended quiz. It's basically what you decide. There
Oh,
we go. All
there
right.
you
So,
go.
which
So, yeah.
snack could be the ultimate third shift MVP? Chips, candy, coffee, or leftovers from home? What do you see?
I'm gonna say coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it
I was
coffee?
going to say definitely.
And
most
I
of
would
people,
guess candy.
Nah. Most of the people there I'm seeing with a coffee or an
Oh.
energy drink, myself included. Like
Yeah.
that, we live off of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen in the store at around 3 a.m.? This is an open-ended question.
Okay, that's on you because I'm not at the store at 3 a.m.
I mean, I haven't really seen anything that weird at 3 a.m.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was some weird stuff going on when we were 24 hours.
I was just gonna say, I bet if you were still open
Yeah.
24 hours, you'd see some
Yeah, I
weird
wasn't
shit.
there for when we were
Do you
24
like
hours.
the quiet time during those 6 hours? Is that nice?
Yeah, because then you're not being stopped.
Sure,
where's
sure.
this?
Just all you have to
Oh,
do is
man.
worry about your people, right?
Yeah, well, because
She just thought of a story. I can tell. Go ahead.
no, so it's amazing what people will ask. Like, obviously, you've been to a store. It doesn't matter what store.
Yeah.
In the past, like 3 months, I've had people ask me, where's the milk? Where's the eggs?
Stop.
Where's the bread?
Eggs, I could see. Some stores are out of eggs, so I'd be asking
That-
where's
yeah.
it. But if you have them, you know
But
they're
it's
by
like-
the milk.
I had someone ask me where orange juice was, and they're like, I looked up and down aisle 8, and it wasn't there. I'm like,
Is that the
Oh,
drink
hey.
aisle?
yeah. It's,
Bottled water and
Juice?
juice?
Yeah.
Come
I'm
on.
like-
With no coolers.
No, I'm like, orange juice goes in a refrigerator, right?
Yeah.
Like you're at
Golly.
home and you take it out of the fridge, right? So why would
Yeah.
it be on a shelf?
That's weird.
And then I had someone ask me where meat was, and I was like, or like beef, I think they were asking for. I'm like, it's meat department. They're like, I don't know where that's at.
Oh my
and then he's like, I've
God.
never been grocery shopping before. I'm
But
like,
you
you're
would've-
like
Oh my
20 something years old.
God.
And they would have walked through the meat department to get to you.
Probably.
At
well,
that store, right? Sort of?
well, if they
Yeah.
walked
Oh,
down to
that's
this
true.
side.
Middle
They went
aisle.
to center
Yeah,
aisle.
that's
Yeah,
true.
unless
Yeah.
they went through like deli produce.
See, I'm
area,
already
yeah.
angry. I don't even know the
Yeah.
customer.
But I'm just like sitting there. I'm like, how do people ask this stuff? And just the most
Well,
recent one was
how have they survived this long, not knowing?
I really
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't either.
But the most recent one, someone asked me was like, "Where's the baby food?" And they're asking me, and I'm over stocking spaghetti,
yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, "You're not even baby food, babies." There's a big
Like,
sign.
try.
There's
Yeah.
a big
Just
sign
try.
that says baby.
Yeah.
Put two and two
Just
together.
try.
I was just like, oh,
They just
Yeah.
probably looked around the
Gosh.
whole store and found you and then asked you.
Yeah.
So when I was grocery lead there, that my number one question was where was the bread? Because they immediately went to grocery,
right.
but for that store, grocery was in the middle, right, and bread was almost like behind you. You
Yeah.
could walk
It was right next to
in
bakery.
grocery, but then it
Yeah.
was really behind you. So that was the number one question I would
yeah.
get. I'd be
I would say
stocking
bread
whatever.
is in a weird. I shouldn't say it's weird because it works for that store. But if you don't go to that store often,
It's definitely out
you're
of
probably
customer
looking
flow.
for a
Yep.
bread aisle.
Yep.
Yeah, which they don't really have. They have a bread wall near the deli and
bread
bakery
wall. I mean,
and
they
produce.
do have like the gondolas or displays, if you will, like
Yeah.
somewhere in grocery.
Yeah.
Usually just like on an end cap.
Yeah, where sometimes there's bread.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
not going to be like a plethora of
Right.
like every kind and brand.
Yeah,
and
just
whatnot.
one flavor
Right.
that's
It
on
is kind
sale.
of. Excuse me. It is. We're all burping. It is kind of like we're all like, what did you make us? What drink did you
I'm
make us?
burping and I'm
Malibu
chewing on
and
ice.
Pop? It's good ice.
It is good.
So if your shift had a mascot, what would it be? It says an owl with coffee. That's cute. A zombie with a name tag. A superhero with a barcode scanner, or a ninja stocking shelves in the dark. That's so specific.
That is specific, but I think I definitely like the owl with coffee.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cute. That's
a
cute.
cute one.
How many steps do you think you take in one night
Oh,
shift? It gives like
gosh.
3, 5, 10. Feels like a million.
So I actually have like a Fitbit, so it tracks my steps.
Yeah.
So usually on an average night, I do anywhere between 10 and 15,000.
Oh yeah, that's a lot. That's about the same as you probably, right? But you don't wear a Fitbit.
I don't wear a Fitbit.
You definitely you're about that 15,000.
Probably. Mainly because I forget stuff and have to go back to the other side of the store about 40 times while I'm
Yeah.
there. I'm like, shit, I forgot to take a picture of that. Go walk back over
Oh, that's
there.
absolutely me. This side, and then I have to go to that
I
side. And I have to go to that
know.
side. I'm like, oh, wrote this.
Or when I'm doing that new thing, our newest thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm just going to say, like, where we have to go check on specific items.
Yep.
And you're like, I'm just going to start at the top. And then you're like, that one's in frozen. And then you're like, oh, I have to go all the way to the bread
Yeah,
aisle,
yeah.
which is at the end.
Which
and
is
then,
behind me.
Then I have to go to lunch meat, which, that one's close. Okay. Oh, look, another frozen item. You know?
I know. Why?
I try. You know what? And I train people. I have in
They
the past.
don't work with us anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. She's a great trainer.
But my thing is I'm always like, you will find a better way to do this. I waste a lot of steps,
time, yeah.
you know? And especially if you're trying to train somebody and it's like, oh, okay, so I try to do kind of one thing at a time with them. So it is like a lot of back and forth.
Sure.
And then I try to tell them, like, once you know what you're doing, you will do it the way you want to do it and kind of go through the store and do everything at once, you know? But
Because we're wall to wall.
Exactly.
You
But
know,
we
we
forget
go from
stuff
fresh
all the
side to
time.
grocery
Yeah.
to frozen.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
we touch it all. So you have to kind of get your mindset on
Yeah.
how you want to circle the store.
Yeah.
We don't just go to grocery. Although sometimes we just take days
sometimes
where
I do.
we just have to
Yeah.
concentrate on one department
Yeah.
depending on walking into
I'm
a
like,
store,
wow,
but-
I haven't done anything in produce. I should probably
Probably
just focus
hang
on
out on-
produce
yeah.
today.
Oh yeah, I've talked to a couple people. They're like, you know what? I haven't been to the store in a week, and it's a mess
Yeah.
everywhere. I'm just gonna hang out
Yeah.
here because usually we visit 2 stores a day, but
Yeah.
sometimes you
Right.
can't. Yeah,
Yeah, it was nice last week. I spent all day in that one store. And I
and just
forgot.
got everything done.
And what did I do? I took a before picture and I forgot to take my after picture.
So
and
I
was
just so
like,
happened
I'm
to
not
be
going
there.
back in there.
I just so happened to be there though.
She's like, oh, I just missed you. I go, will you
Will you
please do
please?
that mission? I did it all. Just take a before and after picture of it.
I
don't
even
even
put
care.
credit. I said
Yeah.
that you did it
Yeah.
all. So yeah, and it looked beautiful by the way. It
Well,
looked
thank
really good.
you.
What's
I
the
try.
unofficial anthem of a night shift? Is it "Eye of the
Ooh.
Tiger"? Don't stop believing. Don't stop working. Working for the weekend or staying alive?
Ooh.
Well,
I would
What's
say
yours?
staying alive. That would
Same.
be
Exactly
mine.
what I was gonna say,
That
yeah.
would be mine. Yeah.
Staying awake would be mine.
Yeah,
That's
right,
for sure.
staying awake.
If coffee disappeared tomorrow,
That would be very
what's
unfortunate.
what is everyone replacing it with? Energy
Energy
drinks,
drinks.
tea, pure willpower, and eternal nap.
Nah, definitely.
Well,
energy
eternal
drinks.
nap is like good
Yeah.
night.
Good
Yeah,
night.
good night.
Good night.
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably energy drinks.
100% energy drinks.
I need my coffee in the morning. Holy cow.
Yeah, me too.
I drink 2
have
cups
to.
of coffee before I even get to work.
I have to drink a cup of coffee because I have to poop, pee, and then I head out.
Yeah.
It has to be done.
Yeah. I drink my
Drew's got to
coffee.
put a little line next to the poop
Yeah.
because we just talked about
Gotta
it.
I drink
Tally it
my
up,
coffee,
Drew. Tally
poop,
it
pee,
up.
shower, and then make another big cup of coffee. And sometimes I'm like, oh, am I going to make it to work?
Yeah, no, I take mine with me to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most satisfying thing to finish during your shift? A perfectly stocked shelf, organizing a messy display, cleaning an aisle so shiny you can see your reflection, or clocking out?
Well, everyone's going to say clocking out, but for me, at least in certain areas, you know, when you're throwing load, you know, you got to put it up, and then, you know, conditioning, facing, whatever you want to call it, when you
Yeah.
bring everything
Yeah.
forward,
Yeah.
have all the labels facing the same way, and then you take a step back and you're like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
Where was it you or was it me that put on TikTok that aisle that was like perfection? There was not one thing missing.
Oh, I don't know.
And all
That
the
must have been
labels
you.
were forward.
Yeah.
I think it was at one of the like I was just shopping. I was like,
Yeah.
someone took
Yeah.
some pride in that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I have one store that's very, very slow. So it's like you can face everything up in an aisle and go there a week later and it looks the same. Because it's just a really slow
That's really
store.
easy for you guys, though.
I know.
Must be nice.
It is.
If I'm remembering correctly, I
Yeah.
ate a piece of ice. Hold on. If I'm remembering correctly, that's the same store that company was coming.
Yeah.
And it was a
Uh-huh.
supplier.
Yeah.
And so we had to check everything and we ended up emptying everything because it
Yeah.
was all expired.
Oh,
and it was just a
boy.
few weeks after grand opening. They were having suppliers come through and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, wow.
And the store director was so mad.
Yeah.
He was like, why didn't you just leave it all on there? I go, because it expired 4 months ago. I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell you.
And
They're
That's
coming
the
to
thing
look
I
at all
don't
this stuff.
understand. Like,
Yeah.
it's expired. It shouldn't be
Terrible.
there. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
selling it, but then you're getting
But we
mad
can't
for us
have
doing our
holes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I always think
Then
to
you pull
myself, it was
and plug.
yogurt, right? It was yogurt.
Yeah.
So then I think to myself, maybe older people that can't read the dates or whatever, and then they're going to
Yeah.
get stomach aches. You're going to end
Yeah.
up
Exactly.
killing these people with.
I feel like sour cream can't get any more sour unless it's moldy. So, sour cream I'd eat like out of date. 'Cause it's already sour.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that about yogurt too. It's kind of like sweet sour cream. You know?
And it is pretty obvious if it's bad. It's got mold, right?
Right.
It starts to get furry.
Right.
So then
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't eat
Dairy,
Do
that.
you worry
you
about
know.
yogurt
Oh,
too?
sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
But like you said, an older person, maybe they can't see or smell very good. So, yeah.
For yogurt, why don't they have back
Back.
back
Yes.
coolers?
Yes.
Why
I
you
would
gotta
ask my-
always do them in the front?
I don't know. I really don't know. I
Right?
wish we had something where we could do it from the back, like the doors. Where you get your milk and
Yes.
juice, you fill it from
I
the
said,
cooler.
I saw somebody comment.
I told
I
them.
saw somebody comment one time. They wish there was back alleys.
Yes.
Right? Wasn't that on
Yes.
Facebook? They wish there was like back alleys between aisles so you could stock from the back.
That
like,
would be a
how
fantastic
amazing would that
idea.
be?
Also,
Yeah.
I think that stores should be made like how the old mansions were, where the help could be behind the wall, so that you're not
Yeah.
walking through to get to your
Right.
break. You just escape and
Right.
you pull a little like cereal box, like a book, and then all of a sudden it
A
opens and you're
special
in.
Secret
We only know the
passageway.
cereal box that you
Oh, that's
angle.
so
You know what I'm
funny.
talking
Yep.
about?
Someone would ruin it. Someone would be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, check this out! It's so cool."
It would be like in the movie Clue, which we're going to go see.
I can't wait.
What superpower would make your shift easier? Super speed, mind reading. Well, it says to know what customers want, but you don't have to.
Yeah,
You
we
only
don't
see
deal
them
with
have.
customers.
So,
Yeah.
invisibility for when you don't want to be bothered, or the ability to teleport from aisle to aisle.
So I would say, like, if we have customers in the store at that time, I would definitely say invisibility.
Yeah.
Like, leave
Yeah.
me alone, let me do my thing, kind of
Yeah.
thing, so I can get it done. Otherwise, once we close, I would say super speed.
Yeah.
Get it all done.
Yeah.
So I suck at third shift, but I'm just remembering something because you said something about inventory. Did they expect a lot of you overnight? Did you have a bunch of help? Like, did you have the store leads and all that come and help you overnight?
No, so we had one associate that's normally off on Mondays. We had her come in
Okay.
to help us. Otherwise, it was me, her, and 2 other people. Everyone else was
Just
doing
all
either
facing,
GM
huh?
or they were working frozen until dairy came. So it was just 4 of us facing.
Wow.
Deep
But did you
conditioning.
was it only grocery inventory or whole store inventory?
No, it was just grocery inventory.
Okay.
I mean, they were definitely doing stuff during the day,
yeah.
but overnight it's kind of like, well, now we got to move everything because obviously it's been
Right.
shopped all day. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
See, obviously, I was terrible.
I
gonna
was
say suck
definitely
and terrible
falling
at the same
asleep
time.
last night doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet. Oh, my
absolutely
gosh.
hate conditioning. Just pulling stuff forward. Making it look all nice.
I would
stacked.
absolutely be sleeping.
I was like, by first break, I'm like, I'm ready to take a nap.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I would be terrible at that.
I would not be able to take lunch on third shift.
No way. No
because
way.
like I get sleepy during the day after lunch.
Yep.
If I was on third shift,
you still have
You'll
to take a
find
half
your
an
car.
hour break?
Yep.
2:15s?
yeah,
I don't even know.
I couldn't do
Have
it.
you ever had to nap?
No, because if I nap, my ass ain't getting up.
Yeah. Do you have people that go and like snooze in the break room and come back out, or?
We have one that he blames it on some medical conditions.
Sure.
But we don't know how true they are.
Oh.
He just really needs a nap.
And hopefully he doesn't listen to this episode.
I
Sorry.
don't think he does.
Sorry, my guy.
But yeah, I don't think anyone's really fallen asleep besides
They
that
truly
one.
are like seasoned third shifters.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
wow, that's great.
Like I said, since they've started at least their entire work career, they've been on third shift. They haven't done anything but third shift. So
wow.
That's
People
a wild
like it.
ride. Yeah.
There are people that are just built for it, made for it, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
like it.
Good
just
thing.
let me be without the customers. I'll just go do my stocking and that's it.
Exactly.
And they go home or do whatever.
And then I've seen people who have worked there in the past on third shift, and now they're on normal shift, and I think, oh my gosh.
You're like,
I worked
who are
there.
you?
I worked there
Yeah.
for 10 years, and I know they were on third shift like the whole time I was there. And then I'll go in there now during the day, and I see them during regular hours, and I'm like, dang, how long did it take them to get used to that? You know,
Yeah, definitely.
that's a big
180
change.
switch right there.
Yeah.
180 flip.
I would think it would probably be easier to go from days to nights than go from nights to days.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
With what kind of challenges?
Just sleep
Sure,
wise.
sure.
Like, if I was used to being up all night and then now all of a sudden, maybe you had a couple days off and then you got to be up at 5 a.m. to go into work instead of coming home to relax, that would be,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could handle that.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even get a couple days off
No.
before I switched. It was literally I worked one shift, and like the next day I had to go in that night. That's when I started third shift.
Ugh,
Mm.
I couldn't do that.
Had like 12 hours, I think it was. I was like,
Yeah.
whatever. At that time, I didn't have a kid yet, so
Yeah. Little easier. You could sleep whenever you needed to.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the best perk of working the third shift? No traffic on the way home,
Ooh, that's nice.
peace and quiet,
That's nice.
weird, funny stories, or getting things done without constant interruptions, or all the above.
Oh,
Definitely all the above, but
Mhm.
most definitely the getting stuff done without interruptions is what I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't really hit traffic anyways, like from from where we used to work. to
Sure.
where I live.
Well,
it's
yeah,
literally
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
2-minute drive.
Yeah.
man.
You can walk
So-
there. You can't say you have car troubles,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like, oh, you can
Oh,
just
that was
walk,
the
it's
worst.
okay.
I'd be like, my car's not working. They're like, we'll send somebody. We know you're just right down the road. And I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, we can't use that as an excuse.
No.
That's for sure. We can now,
Can't now.
but
But then we get yelled at.
yeah.
Like, I promise I'll just work a lot of hours every other day.
Every other day.
Oh gosh.
I'll make up for it. I promise.
Yeah, I usually do.
If your shift had a theme song, what would it be and why? Did we already do that one? I feel like it repeated
Staying
itself.
Alive.
We did do Staying Alive,
Mhm.
right?
It was Staying Awake.
That's right. It was Staying Awake.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
All right. So anyone that works first or second shift that wants to maybe think about third shift, what advice do you have for them?
Like if they want to come to third shift.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's an adjustment. You're gonna need an adjustment period. So I would definitely make sure you have that day or two in between whatever shift you're working, coming to third, because it's definitely gonna mess with your sleep. It's definitely gonna mess with just your life in general because you're gonna be a
Yeah.
night owl. Now everyone, all your friends, family, they're gonna be up and about doing the things during the day. You're gonna be sleeping, so you're gonna miss out on something probably.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be working all night. And you're gonna get home. You're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, let's go. Hang out." Oh wait, it's like 6 a.m. No one's up right now, or they're going to work. So
Mm-hmm.
it definitely messes with your life. But don't be afraid to try it. Definitely something new. Like I said, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid
Yeah.
if it's not for you.
Yeah.
And so far, you're liking it. How long has it been?
It's been a year this time around that I've been on third shift. I like it right now. The leads are like in most areas, any shift. It all depends on who your boss is what makes or breaks you.
Yeah.
So
I think
bosses are
that's
good right now.
yeah. That's anywhere.
That's
Any-
anytime.
anywhere,
any
anytime,
shift,
yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So bosses are great. We all get along. Make sure everything's getting done. No bickering really. I mean, it's usually bickering between first shift, second shift,
Sure,
second shift, third
sure.
shift.
Well,
third
nobody
shift,
ever
first
does their
shift.
damn job.
That's why we have
No,
this
it's
podcast.
first shift's job. Oh, it's second. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's always going to be a thing.
Yeah.
So that's really where there's only like the button heads, but usually on our shift itself, no one's really button heads at all.
Yeah. Well, I got too much
Amazing.
stuff to do.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
You
True,
know?
true.
Amazing.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to third shift, Mayor?
No.
No.
Why
I
not?
don't
Come
think
on,
so.
join the fun.
If I did, I would come by you.
Yeah?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't go anywhere
Yeah.
else. I'd go back.
I couldn't never. I could.
I don't
Yeah,
think
don't
I
come
don't
back.
think I'm
It's-
good. I
it's
tried
a
it a couple
trap.
times.
Yeah.
I disappointed the whole crew.
Second shift was hard enough, and I was home by
I did
1 a.m.
not.
on second shift.
When I first started where we all met, I
Yeah.
started second shift, and that
Yeah.
one really, that was rough.
Well, that second shift wasn't bad because I'd be home by
11:30.
11.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't that bad because I'd still be in bed by like 2.
Mm-hmm.
But like I worked out not like a factory, but whatever, a warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
and I wouldn't get home until 1 a.m. or bartending, getting home at 1 or 2 a.m.
Then you're not resting until 3 or 4.
I wasn't going to bed till 5 a.m.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
And at one point, I was living with great grandma, and she would come knock on my door at 9 a.m. and be like, "You're still sleeping?" I'm like, "I went to bed 4 hours ago. Leave me alone."
Yeah.
I require 8. Go away.
Yeah. She would think that like I would just be up normal hours, not getting home till 2 o'clock in the morning, you know?
Well, I mean, I guess it also depends on your age because they say younger people have an easier time because odds are their bodies are be like, oh, yeah, it's fine.
It's
as
fine.
you get
They're
older,
very forgiving.
As you get older, your body is like,
I
go
feel
to
like you
sleep.
can only run that for so long.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Like even when you're young, after 6 months, you get a schedule. So
Yeah.
if you know, like, yeah, maybe in the beginning you only need 3 or 4 hours of sleep, but once you get that schedule set, you're sleeping good.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
your
You
body
know.
still needs it.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Well, thanks for
Yeah.
hanging out with us.
Oh, thanks for
Oh
Thanks,
my
having me.
gosh, this was awesome.
It's
Have we ever had a
great.
third shifter on here?
I don't think
I think this
so.
this is it.
Zombie. This is our zombie episode.
Staying awake.
Staying awake.
All right, here we go.
Thanks.
All right, see you guys.
Talk
Bye.
to you next week. Bye.